Greetings, salutations, and felicitations, males, females, and extraterrestrials. Push-ups today. I'm gonna try it on this. See if it helps with anything. I don't have two, because my 35 is not a 50, so it doesn't sit up as high. The bars aren't the same. Wish I could use those as like planchettes and have my hands in fists while I go down, and also having it raised up, having my hands raised up gives more leverage to go down, but this doesn't really, because it stops me here, but it keeps my hands fixed. It also raises my hands up a little bit, so I have more of a contraction there. So I don't know. We're gonna do a few, see if it does anything worth anything. And this Hume Health setup system I have, the pod body scale. This is my hand scratching my foot, you doofy doof. You derpy derp. Anyway, it's really helped me, and it's also confirmed everything that I had thought before. I can tell when my body is eating itself. I can feel it. A lot of people say, oh, you can't feel that, blah, blah, blah. People that believe me are like, oh, wow, it's really rare. But yeah, my sensitivity is that high. I am aware of my body. When they say, oh, you don't lose muscle mass if you don't eat one meal. I do. I can feel it. And the scale and all those biometrics, or whatever you call it, still trying to wake up. Just had breakfast, have barely had any caffeine. And want to wish my son a happy birthday. And my niece as well. One of my nieces, my youngest niece. But the Hume Health Pod shows more than just body weight. It shows fat percentage, it shows body water percentage, muscle percentage, bone density, all that. Tracks your sleep with the band, tracks your steps with the band, tracks your stress levels, your body temperature, your heart rate, all that. It's a pretty cool band. I like it. Anyway, that's all I really had to say right now, I think. That's when the dead man emerging again. I think the most different part of it is your hands are fixed and you have your hands turned outward instead of like this in front of you, or like this, you know, your fingers facing up. From your perspective, even if you're laying like this, they're not going up, up. But when it comes to your body, up. Doesn't matter. Still up. In this sense. But you have your hands fixed this way. So your arms are like that, and you can't really move your hands. You're going here, and then you're pushing again, and that's causing more of a work on the chest. I can feel it. It's a bit awkward at first, having your hands like this, and you keep wanting to turn them. Other than that, it's pretty good. You think that's getting a good stretch over here, but actually it's getting over there. It starts over here, right here, and then I sink into it. Now it's hitting this side. Right here in the glutes, and the lower back, and some of the ham, and our hip flexor, whatever, right there. Not really much in the ham, so a little bit right here, but not so much back here. Somewhat, not as much though. There's more right here. And then it was getting back over here, but in a not so good stretch. Stretch on this side. And now this side's stretched out. It automatically hit right into this side. too much on the wrist after so long. Yes, now ready to strike as the great operation begins. We're the first ones on shore. We're the first ones to fall. Your soldiers have fallen before. In the dawn, they'll pay with their lives as the price. History's written today. This burning inferno, no, nothing remains as our forces advance on the beach. Aiming for heaven, though serving in hell. Victory is ours, their forces will fall. Victory is ours, their forces will fall. Through the gates of hell, I do my pathway to heaven, the earthly lands. Great moment of Victoria. Doing the push-ups on the dumbbell. After a minute, it was a little rough on my wrists. And then, just now at the floor, pushing on hands like that. This wrist isn't as good as this one. But this grip isn't as good as this one. So it's, make it make sense. It makes sense. But it's like, it doesn't at the same time. But I'm always working my wrists, making them stronger, keeping them resilient and everything, so I don't have major wrist breakdown at some point in my life. I got a pretty good vitamin regimen going. Taking a Vision Formula with lutein, a vitamin A. I mean, two separate ones there. Lutein is good too, zeaxanthin. And vitamin E, vitamin D, some selenium, magnesium, a Naropaway, nerve support, the blue and white bottle. Because there's like two other ones, I think, purple and maybe a green, or maybe four. I think there might be a red one too. I don't know. Seen them briefly. They weren't really something that catered to my need, but the blue one was. The Naropaway works best when paired with magnesium. The good magnesium though, not oxide. Citrate is what I got. Then I got the steel supplements, the vitamin C liposomal, the Proflora, the Immune AF, the Adaload. Sometimes when I get more than 50 carbs in a meal, I'll take it. I'm also taking Shilajit capsules and Shilajit gummies, plus ashwagandha. When I'm sick, I'll take an extra 1 or 2 of the Immune AF. 3's a serving, but 1 keeps me pretty good, regulated. If I feel I'm getting sick, I'll take 2. If I am sick, I'll take 3. And I'll up my vitamin C intake a little too, with some vitamin C gummies or other vitamin C form, plus the liposomal by Steel. I think that's about it. Plus the Atabolic, protein powders, the Hyperaid, the BCAAs, and ATP Fusion, and protein pudding. All of those by Steel. SteelSupplements.com. I think that's good. That's about it. Starting to get better sleep, I think, lately. Just a little bit. I feel more rested and whatever. Been eating enough, trying to when I can, but some days I can't, and I have confirmation that my body eats itself. It eats the muscle and builds on fat. I've gone without food before, not voluntarily. We just had no food, me and this girl I was dating. Luckily we didn't have any kids with us, so. But yeah, it was like maybe 1 meal a day, and it was a small meal, like one of those little complete meal things that you just throw in the microwave for like a minute. It was one of those a day. That was so sucky. There were days I was like, no, I just rather not effing eat. And I started gaining more body weight. I'm like, how the heck? I'm not even eating anything. Shouldn't I be shrinking? That's not quite how the body works. Anyway, I'm gonna roll back into this. I need to stop setting my feet like that, curled up like that. Picking up a heavy dumbbell with this angle, leverage. Sitting with my feet like that. Hurts even worse than trying to just right on the knuckles. But anyway, moving like that. A lot of tension on one side. So that could be a good ab workout, just Keeping everything braced. This mat's a little different than the one I'm used to. This one's textured. Different texture on both sides. It's been interesting. Alrighty. Rogers. Yeah. That worked pretty good. Coffin press with this weight, but also my feet elevated up like that. Like that. Pushing. That worked pretty good. I like that. A little bit of advice given to me, since I mostly do stuff off the floor, because a lot of places I'm at, I don't have a bench or anything tall enough and sturdy enough, but also soft and padded enough it's not going to hurt my back while I'm doing that. Because I've tried, different sort of activities. I've slept on concrete. I've done activities on firewood. That was not fun. Definitely pain in the back. And, same activities in the back seat of a car is not comfortable, not quite enjoyable. Always trying to get comfortable and can't focus on the activity itself. Anyway. Like doing it on this coffee table, if I were to try and lay down on it and bench press or do flies or anything, for one, it's too wide. My arms would be coming down, hitting the edges of the coffee table before I'd get to the bottom of the range. I'd also be hurting my back because it's solid wood, and so the edges are raised up. And this also has breakaway sections in it because it's a Lego coffee table, which I've never seen before. That's pretty cool though. I like it. I like Legos anyway. But one more set, and then maybe one more, and then 35s, or straight to 35. I don't know yet. We'll see. Sure. Alone. Pinch your shoulder blades into the back, into the ground. Crap. How's that weight? Digging in my thumb. Whatever that area is called. Brains and waters thou shake the ground. Crack of the lightning splitting the ground, thunder resounding, artillery pounding. The stone passing across this alone. Might be done with this 35 Probably not going to drop it to any lower weight because I don't have anything close enough to 35. Because if you drop the weight too much, if I go, okay, I did 15, 2 sets of 15 with 50s. I'm guessing at least 15, maybe 20 for 2 sets, at least. I'm definitely going to try for 15. Might not even be able to hit 15, might be able to hit 12. I doubt it, but we'll see. And then, dropping it to the fifth from the 50s to 35s, that's 15 pounds decrease. I would need a 20 to drop it down, like no less than that, or no more than that, I mean. If I had a 30, or a 25 even, I could do that. But I don't want to drop it from a 35 to 16, the 2/8, highest weight I have here. So my plates are 5s. I have 2 5-pound plates. That's 10. Drop it to anything like that, my muscles are just gonna, like, really, dude? We're not even doing anything at this point. So you don't want to drop the weight too much. If after 2 sets of this, I feel like I have enough energy and strength left to be able to drop it down to a 20 or higher and rep it out, then I'll just do another set of the 35s, or half a set, or a few reps, whatever I can muster out of my gas tank. Anyway, just a little something I wanted to say there. I also try not to do a full scoop. It helps conserve it and stretch it a little further. Hey, kitten! Mrs. Beans. I can't eat my phone. I'm joking, I know you weren't eating my phone. Just sniffing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little peep show of a cat nose you probably got. Hope there were no boogers up in it. And also when I'm pushing it, I'm pushing straight, but with my legs, my back and stuff the way they are, I've been putting them, it's making it more of a decline, and it's hitting the lower chest pretty well. If you want to change it to make it an incline, you would just reach up and push up. If you want to make it flat, you push up just a little bit. Like that. You want to make it incline, you're going to push up. I don't know what this is, but it's not conducive to my workout. This one is though. I won't be coming home. I won't be going anywhere. I will guard this post forever. Here on the Alpine slope, That is my final stand, I shall remain among the ice and snow that binds me to this mountain. A force of nature too strong, sent from above. Mentally, the way the winds will never fade. White Friday, I'll take the stairway to heaven. One sky high, when I die, I'll be immortal. Forever, I won't return to Blood Mountain. I am the soldier of heaven. 35 might be even too light. I was feeling it in my triceps before I was feeling it in my chest. And finally felt it in my chest at 30. But my triceps are giving out. I'm gonna try it flat next round. Next set, I mean. Whatever. My brain's not all smarky right now. I mean, of course, I'm not dumb. I can think. It just takes more effort. So my brain's in more of a work mode. I'm just focused on a task that really doesn't require a whole lot of thinking, just some counting. Basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 50, whatever. So I can't think of certain words. Now I'm feeling it, starting to feel a little bit in the chest, kind of tingly. I think it's the pre-workout and the Adabolic mixing. Feeling the tingly effects of the pre-workout, and the Adabolic has its own tingly effects that help, because it's the body taking those nutrients and carbs and stuff, sending them to the muscles that have been used. So they're getting some glycogen. That's why Adabolic is a great intra-workout. HyperAid is a great post-workout. And then they have their pre-workouts. And if you're doing long workouts, pre-workout and Adabolic before the workout. And then in the middle of the workout, like I said, if you're doing a long, big, maybe hour and a half, 2 hour session, if you're a dedicated bodybuilder, because this would help a lot. Pre-workout with Adabolic. Like you drink drink the pre-workout, and you smash down the Adabolic. And you do your workout, you're in the middle of your workout, you're starting to feel a little fatigued, but you still have enough energy to keep going. And you could do for however duration extra. And it's a good bit longer than just a simple workout, 45-minute hour workout, 30, 40, whatever. And you're halfway or maybe 3/4 of the way, and you're like, I just got to reach that last little bit, but I kind of also want to go home. I said, forget it. We did enough, right? I'm sure a lot of us have been there at least once or twice. Get you some Adabolic. SteelSupplements.com. Adabolic. Works with anabolism, strength, muscle hypertrophy, size, power, endurance, performance, and recovery. It has only very small print. 52. Let me focus my eyes. 52 calories. 0 fat, 0 protein, 12 carbs, only 12 carbs. Bunch of vitamins C, D, E, H, and K, plus magnesium. There's a glycostore made from rice and potato. It's got some beta-alanine. It's got creatine. So with this, you're replenishing some creatine. Glutamine, citrulline, leucine, lysine, isolysine, valine, theanine, methionine, phenylalanine, tryptophan, histidine, and bioperine, which says it is black pepper fruit extract. So that helps with the black pepper fruit, helps with some tingly and helps with some, wake you up and send some energy to your mitochondria along with the ATP. And I don't know the exact science of it, but pretty much that's about how it works. In layman's terms, probably, anyway, So I don't know rocket surgery. I'm studying nutrition, but I haven't been able to focus and study in a while. Been busy with a lot of other things, a lot of distractions, and life in general taking up more time. And by the time I do get any time that I could spend on studying, taking more classes, my brain, my front lobe here, is already stressed and tired and feeling like a long workout, because most of the day I'll study stuff or watch videos on YouTube that are educational but also entertaining at the same time. So I don't watch stupid mind drivel entertainment crap on YouTube. Some of it is funny, like Jeffy. That's some good ish. Not very child friendly, but it's funny. It's good. Some of it is just too stupid, and some of it is sometimes even a little too dumb and vulgar at the same time for me. I like vulgar, I like dumb, but only to a certain point of dumb. If it makes me even dumber, then no. If it just helps numb my mind, and I can just laugh at it and kind of just vegetate on it and not have to have my brain cogs working like and then just, that's the stuff I like. But dumbing down stuff, no thank you. So we're going to see if doing it flat hits a different angle and maybe harder or easier than doing it legs up and more of a looking like it's a bench style, where my back is arched, my shoulder blades are pinned against the floor and the mat, and where I'm just doing that. We're going to see how it's any different. Also, be careful out there with these virus outbreaks going around. It's like you can't trust produce. More often than not, I think, if my memory serves me well, which half the time it does. But the other half, there's been more virus outbreaks on produce than there has been animal meats. I mean, yeah, we had mad cow disease. We had, the bird flu, and eggs were being recalled, and eggs are being recalled again for salmonella. Certain eggs in certain states. We got this cyclosporia or sporiasis or whatever. I think it's just cyclosporia. I don't know exactly. Seen it spelled a couple different ways, cyclosporia, and then I've seen IS whatever on the end of it. So, but that stuff's hitting people hard, man. Be careful. Just stay away from produce for a while. And make sure if you do get produce, make sure it's frozen fruits and certain frozen vegetables that you can get in frozen, because certain vegetables you can't find frozen because freezing it just ruins it entirely. Like tomatoes and lettuce. I learned that the hard way. I bought 2 things of lettuce one time. The box of artisan lettuce that you slice or tear up, whatever, for your salads yourself. I thought, well, I'm going to freeze one. It'll preserve it, right? You freeze just about pretty much everything else, and it preserves it. No. It turned to black mush. A waste. Total waste of 1 box. But, live and learn, right? Anyway. We're gonna run this test. So gritty. But a lot of time amino acids are hydrophobic because they are an acid. So they don't dissolve well in water. Which tends to make a lot of powders gritty. They have made it to where amino acids can be more hydro-friendly, but not quite sure how if it diminishes the potency of the aminos or not. Because a lot of time, in a lot of protein powders and pre-workouts, post-workouts, whatever, or just plain BCAAs, the powder mix in the water does not dissolve completely. I guess that's a good sign, right? At least I'm hoping. And then we got fires all over the world still, and again. Again in Colorado, again in, Washington, again in Canada. We got flooding across West Virginia, across, I think it was southern Indiana. We had tornadoes hitting Illinois and other places. Like, sheesh. So stay safe out there, people. 49 minutes. We're going to see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Pop that area right there. Well, again, it took about 30 reps. I was feeling it more in my shoulders, with my back more flat, but also it was putting more tension in my mid back and some in my lower back, causing some unwanted pain. Mild, very mild pain, which is why I kept pushing through it just a little bit because I don't want to overdo it and hurt anything. But also, I could tell doing it just a little bit through the pain was helping to strengthen that area. And so, yeah. But I do think feet or knees more elevated works better for floor press than being flat. Especially if you're trying to hit more chest, because flat hit my shoulders more, which, I mean, isn't always a bad thing if you're trying to hit more shoulders. If you're trying to do a more compound lift, hit your chest, triceps, and shoulders. You know, but I'm trying to do more isolation work. I've done a lot of tricep work. I've done a lot of bicep work. A lot of bicep work. I've worked my biceps more than anything. There's a week I worked nothing but biceps. Small, short workouts every day. After a few days, started getting a little too sore. Had to cut the volume back. But it was an experiment. I was seeing how my body held up with the same, pretty much the same workouts, or at least working the same muscle group every single day for a week. I did it with triceps too, push-ups. And at first I was getting 100 push-ups. I mean, I got up to the point I was doing 100 push-ups a day. Then this one guy challenged me. He said, I do 200 push-ups a day. I'm sure you could do that. I was like at least 10 years older, 10, 12, something, maybe 15 years older than him. Still am, because we're both still alive as far as I know. But, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to push myself. And I did 300 push-ups that day. My triceps and my chest and everything felt like boom, huge. But I was sore for days. Even, I think I was sore for a week. And to this point, I can't do it again. I've tried. I've had a great sleep, great breakfast, and then some pre-workout and crank out push-ups. I can get up to 100 now still. But any more than that, my body's like, nope. It's just not in the cards for us, and I'm not willing to push myself further and crank out too many. I'll just do some push-ups, and then I'll grab some dumbbells, some kettlebells, or whatever. Do some chest flies, some floor flies, some floor push-ups, or floor press, whatever. Anyway, one more set, maybe two. We'll see. Oh, crap. Let me try something here. There's a number 15 to 1, and the battle's begun. Alright, I think we're done. It gets to a point where we're working out and we're still losing muscle and still building fat, or just losing entirely, means we're not hitting hard enough. We're gonna go further. So I would do the same pretty much thing, set or same workout, but push myself a little further, rest a little bit longer, and then do extra sets, 1 or 2 extra sets at least. My chest feels good. Feel better if I could do some flies, but I don't think I could move the 35s at this disadvantage. I'm pulling it in without bad form and cheating and whatever. So, but we got other stuff to do today, and chest is good. Triceps are decent, sufficiently hit. Chest is very sufficiently hit. Shoulders, live to see another day. I'm sure at least some of you know what I mean by that. My chest, dead. Triceps, in ICU, probably not gonna make it. Of course they'll make it. I mean, I'm like a phoenix. I die every day, but I'm reborn from the ashes. And if you know what I mean, kudos. If you like this video, the workout, give it a thumbs up, please, and thank you. It really helps the channel. If you really like my workouts and maybe they're helping you, you're following along, or at least seeing some ways that I'm trying to do things. I do some workouts quite unconventionally, like my dumbbell rack curls. Pretty much a waiter curl, holding it like this, very top of the rack, because it's got wings on it that come out like that, and I put my fingers up under the wings and I lift like that, and yeah, that works bicep. I'm not deadlifting, I'm squatting down a tiny bit to get my fingers up under it and not having to bend over and round my back and all this crap. I squat down where I'm level with it and I can just scoop underneath it. I stand up and I start curling it. And it works some triceps, I mean not triceps, but traps. It works biceps. It works, like I said, some traps, some maybe rhomboids and stuff, because you're doing like that. It's kind of a row, but also hits your biceps really well, because I'm not like this. I'm not like rowing, full rowing. I'm curling, but bringing my elbows back like that. There's a little bit of a row here. My walnut crackers are working, and my traps are working. I keep wanting to say triceps. Triceps are on the mind because we just did triceps. Anyway, and it's a TR word. See, my brain is not working at full capacity. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if you want to see more like this. And if the workouts you see me doing are helping you, you're copying them, or you see something new you haven't really ever seen before. That's how I learned certain moves, certain workouts, seeing a certain channel do them. And they're like, started to work out. Started, getting the workout famous. They coined it, for lack of a better term. Because coin is more for a word. And this word is tied to an action. So I don't know if that would work, coining or not. But anyway, subscribe, ring that bell, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, have a good one, folks. Keep rocking on, and hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, have a good one.